Welcome back, everybody. This is Bob Kim from Sungsei University. And this is the lecture for financials using financial calculator, Texas Instrument BA2+. To give you idea how to use financial calculator, let me go ahead and continue our discussions. Slide number 4. Here, this is extension of 4 component problems. Previously, we are solving the present value and then future value in a way of doing a compounding and discounting. In this example, what we are doing is given the 3 components we are finding I/Y, which is a periodic rate. As you can see from the slide, okay, we have and in the future value, the present value. So what is missing is I/Y. So this is a typical 4 components problems. All 3 components are given. The given components are n, present value, future value, and the missing components is periodic rate. So the example likes you invest $48 and then you expect to receive 140 in 2 years. Then what is the periodic rate on average? Okay, if you're looking at the 2-period problem, then periodic rate you are looking for will give you average for each period. But if you're looking at only 1 period, it's nothing but simply the periodic rate. Let's take a look at this example on the below. Find I/Y for 1 year and for 2 years. Start from question A. Again, go to the calculator. Don't forget to do second future value so that you can do the clear time value of money. And it's 1. And I/Y is what it's looking for. And then what you're solving for. So there is no way you can enter I/Y here. And skip that button, go to the present value button, and then consider that 48 is cash outflow because can be an investment. No payments for this particular problem, so that the only thing you can enter is 20. So by doing so, one missing element is I/Y. So compute I/Y will give you 150%. Now let's look at the question number B. In this case, n is 2. So you can do a clear time value money before you do that. Okay. So n is 2. I/Y is missing. So skip that button. The present value is 48 and the cash outflow. So they give the minus sign. And the payment is there's no payment. So let's skip the payment button also. 140 in 2 years. So what is missing is compute periodic rate is 70.78%. Okay, it's very easy and straightforward if you consider this question as a part of 4 components problem. So 3 other components are given. So you enter those 3 components and then you're looking for the last missing 4th component. Then you find it by hitting or pressing compute key followed by particular elements you're looking for. Now look at the timeline. Okay, you have periodic rate, the present value. If it's 1 period problem, you have future value of 120. If it's 2 period problem, you have future value of 140 later. Okay, so it's a 1 period, we don't know because it's depending on. Okay, so n is missing, period is missing. It does not necessarily means you have a natural number of periods. Sometimes you have fractions of periods. Let's try the question A. I/Y, period rate 5%, the present value of $48. So investment amount is 48. So give the minus sign in front of it. The future value is 120. So using the calculator, okay, you clear time value of money and is missing. So skip that first button and the 5%. Period $48 minus present value, no payment, skip it, 120. This is the first question. So n is compute n. So it's 18.78. It's not exactly 18 or 19. Can be fraction. So 18.78 period to get 120 if you invest $48 now, and whoever the person who borrow your money will give you 5% for each period. And how many period you need to have 120 out of 48 will be 18.78 period. Let's try question B. Okay, again, clear time value of money. 8 minus no payments, 0 payments. 140, compute, and 2193. Okay, even that takes a lot of time to retrieve 140 out of $48 if the borrow gives you 5% per each period. Okay. The second part of this slide is discussing annuity. Before we do the calculation, we need to discuss what is the annuity. Annuity is a particular type of cash flow. It gives you a series of equal payment. Okay, it's equal payment made at a fixed interval. Okay, interval, the length of interval can be week, month, quarter, half year, or year. Okay, so any fixed interval can work in theory for a specific number of periods. So that number of periods, all the payments are made are previously defined. So the equal payment and then fixed interval in a certain number of periods. Okay, if you satisfied all the three conditions, we can consider as annuity cash flow. There are two types of annuity. One is ordinary annuity. It's kind of a regular annuity. This particular annuity is important because the cash flow occur at the end of each period. So using end mode. So we are using end mode. Look at this timeline. Suppose there are 3 periods, okay? So the specified number of period, this condition is satisfied. And then equal payment, 100, 100, 100. So the first question also satisfied. The fixed interval, the same interval. Like this can be month and 3 months. If there are years, then 3 years. Okay, so also the second condition is also satisfied. So looking at the timeline of this ordinary annuity, because cash flow occur at the end of each period, so we have n. Okay, we have n, and then periodic rate of 5%. Okay, r/y, obviously, and then payment of 100. Okay, 3 times. So this is also a 4-component problem, right? Isn't it? Because 3 components are given. So interest, number of period, and payments are given. What you are finding is most likely present value is pretty much natural from the given payment in the future. So you need to find the present value. Okay, so let's try this example, see if we can find the present value. Okay, go to the calculator, create time value of money. Start from the left-hand side, and interest rate 5%. The payment is what you're looking for. No, present value is what it's looking for. The payment is 100. So take it as a positive number. So you're receiving $100 in the future. And what is your deposit should be? Compute present value. 172.32. So again, this question right here, finding present value. Okay, present. So this one is a present value. Suppose you want to find the future value. Okay, which is not interesting case because you have $100 in the future and you're finding a future value again. However, you can do it. So clear time value of money, and is 3, 5%, 100 minus maybe this case. So you make a deposit of 100 at the end of each period, and how much you can withdraw? 315.25. Okay. Right, now let's move to annuity due. So it's called beginning mode. So the reason we call it beginning mode is this payment is occur here. Here's 100. Again, here 100. And here's 100. Okay, even though this slide is kind of misleading, but the payment must occur at the beginning of each period. Okay, let me correct this cash flow a bit. Okay, but n is 3 and then periodic rate is 5%. That's same compared to ordinary annuity. Okay, so now use the calculator and solve this problem. All right. First thing you need to do to solve annuity due is changing the mode. How are you going to change the mode? Using beginning mode, beginning second function, which is shown above the payment key. So second payment allows you to change the setting. Current setting is end mode. So you're seeing END screen, and the top of the screen gives you SET indicator, which means SET means you can change the setting. How you can change the setting? Second, enter key. So now you change to BGN, which means beginning. So C/C. C, so clear it. Even though you clear it, you're still seeing BGN indicator at the top. So that indicating the calculator is in beginning mode. So after you're setting mode to beginning, now you're ready to enter all those three components. So clear time value of money, N is 3, interest rate is percent, 100 payment. In this case, I like to find the future value, compute future value. So 31, 1. Okay, again, maybe this number is not correct. You want to change it. 331.01. I bet this number must be correct too. Okay, but here is the note for you. Since we solved the question using beginning mode, and also all other questions are usually using end mode, you should not forget switch mode back to end mode. How are you going to do it? Go to the second payment. So you're seeing the beginning mode is a current mode. You change back to end mode by pressing second followed by enter key. Now you enter end mode. So now you're okay with solve other questions, which are mainly end mode. So last question in this slide tells you perpetuity is a perpetual annuity. Is a type of annuity but means infinity and goes infinity. Okay, infinite number of period. Then the formula for present value of this particular annuity will be payment divided by periodic rate. Don't forget the payment was 100, okay, and the interest rate is 0.05, is not 5%. You should not enter this number as a percentage term. You should enter as a fraction. So 100 divided by 0.05 will give you the answer. Okay, we'll have more time to describe what is perpetuity in the class. Okay, see you next time.